Greetings, Warrior fans, to another edition of the Warrior Weekly Show. I'm Sports Information Director Mike Stetson, and this week on the show we're joined by two members of the Waldorf men's basketball team who will be hosting the Warrior Classic this weekend. Joining us will be brothers Demitrius and Melvin Martin, both seniors from Minnetonka, Minnesota, each who are in their second season with the Warriors after transferring from junior colleges. The brothers last played together on the Hopkins High School team that lost just one game during the 2011-12 season, advancing to the Minnesota State Tournament. Reunited on the hardwood for the first time last year with the Warriors, the duo led Waldorf to the NSAA quarterfinals. Demetrius earned all NSAA honors last season with the Warriors after transferring from Odessa Community College in Texas. He led the Warriors with a 15.6 points per game average last winter, while also grabbing 3.8 rebounds per game. And this year he's leading the Warriors in scoring again, averaging 16.6 points per game. As for Melvin, he also is in his second season with Waldorf after transferring from Central Lakes Community College in Minnesota. Mel averaged 3.9 points per game last season, and this season, as a starter, he's averaging 7.6 points per game, and he's number 2 on the team in assists with 14 on the season, the same number of helpers as his brother has dished out. That's what we've got in store for you this week, fans. So now it's time for the Warrior Weekly Show. Welcome back, fans. As we mentioned, tonight we're joined by Warrior men's basketball players and brothers Demitrius and Melvin Martin. We'll start off the night with Demitrius, the older of the two brothers, who led the Warriors in scoring last season and earned all conference honors. This season, D is already off to a fast start as he's once again leading the Warriors, averaging 16.6 points per game. He also is averaging 3 rebounds a game and leads the team with 5 steals and is second, tied with his brother, with 14 assists this season. D, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Let's start off with the easy question. How is the season going so far for you guys?
Season's going slow right now. Not off to the start that we hoped for this off season, but with that being said, it's been a lot of close games and a lot of learning for us. So.
You guys have 3 games. You start tomorrow night, Tuesday night at home, and then a pair of games Friday and Saturday. How excited are you guys to have 3 in a row at home now?
Oh, we're super excited. Last year we didn't get very many home games consecutively, so it feels good to know that we have some games coming up at home in front of our fans and in our gym. So
excited about some of those teams too. I know Briarcliff, in-state rival, and then Wayland Baptist and Hope International. Looks like some good teams to compete against.
Yeah, we're excited for all 3 teams. All 3 teams are really good. Briarcliff's off to a really quick start. They're undefeated, so that'll be a good challenge for us. And the other 2 teams are really good as well, so it'll be good for us.
So you guys reunite, you and your brother Melvin. What's it been like playing with your brother for, was it about 7 or 8 years where you guys weren't on a team together?
It's been fun. It's hard to put in words, honestly, because it's been so long, but it's been fun. Having somebody that's there with you, putting in the extra hours with you, somebody that has your back on the court always, and somebody that you can talk to about anything. So it's been fun.
People might think, being brothers, you would have a great connection on the court. Is that true?
Oh, that's very true. That's very true. He knows where I'm going to be before I even get there, and same for him.
Who decided to come to Waldorf first?
I did. I decided to come to Waldorf first. I had a relationship with Coach Jenks before I got here, so yeah.
What was it that brought you here?
Honestly, Coach Jenks. I transferred a couple different schools, and he just stayed very persistent on trying to get me here, and they got my degree here, so it worked out well.
What are you studying?
Exercise science.
Exercise science.
Yeah.
What do you hope to be?
I want to be a coach. I want to coach basketball, so that'll help me.
Did you always plan on playing basketball in college?
Oh yeah, definitely. I want to be a pro. So like that's gonna help me get to where I want to be. So just one step closer to where I want to be.
NBA pro, or will you take anything like play in Europe? Anything. Just as long as you're getting paid to play.
Exactly.
That's not a bad deal.
Yeah.
Any other sports growing up? Did you play baseball, football, anything like that?
I tried football. That didn't last too long. I got hurt probably halfway through the season. Got the wind knocked out of me, and I was like, yo, that's it. No more.
What did you play?
I play, like what position?
Yeah.
I play outside linebacker, and I play running back.
Outside linebacker. You're supposed to be the one hitting people and knocking the wind out of them.
Yeah, no, they didn't work out like that.
You mentioned professional basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the major plan, or what do you hope to do down the line with your degree in the future?
Yeah, that's number one, I would say. Only because you can't play forever. So my plan is to try to play pro ball after this, and if it doesn't work out, I'll hop right into coaching at any level.
Have you had an opportunity to do some coaching?
I have, actually. I have. When I took some time off, I coached some 8th graders, which was really fun. And
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, yeah.
Will you stay in the area or just wherever the jobs open up?
Yeah, wherever the jobs open up. I want to start off in college if possible. I understand it's hard, very competitive to coach like that, but if it happens, it happens.
Not that we're going to move Jimmy out or anything, but usually the GA position's 2 years, and Jimmy's on his 2nd year. You never know. There might be an opening at Waldorf.
Hey, if it is, Coach James, give me a call.
I apologize, Jimmy. We're not trying to move you on or anything.
Nah, Jimmy's my guy.
When you guys are on the court being brothers, is there a sibling rivalry that takes place? Do you guys, after the game, be like, yeah, you beat me in scoring or anything like that?
No, there's nothing like that. Because we both play to win, so it doesn't get like that.
So if you guys were on different teams, though, it would be kind of intense.
Definitely. Practices are intense between us, so yeah, definitely games would be intense.
So you've been here now 2 years. What do you think you're going to remember most about your time at Waldorf?
Besides the weather, I would say just the relationships that I've built, the friends that I've met, Coach Jenks, Jimmy. So yeah.
You said the weather. It can't be all that much different than Minnesota.
Last year, that negative whatever it was that was bad. That was bad.
Being a senior, you know this year is going to be the end of at least your collegiate career. Have you thought about what it's going to be like when your college career ends?
No, I'm not trying to think about that right now.
All right, we won't bring it up.
I'm trying to worry about winning as many games as possible before it ends. So.
What's the goal for this team this year? What'll be a good season for you guys?
Oh, I would say just to improve every day. And at the end of the day, just know that we got better and win the conference championship. Make it to the national tournament.
Obviously, that's a big one for everybody. Dee, I want to thank you for joining us. Good luck the rest of the season. And now let's get your brother in here and we'll chat with Melvin for a little bit about the season and what he plans for the future.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Now we're joined by Melvin Martin, also a senior from Minnetonka, Minnesota, who started all 5 games this season. He's averaging 7.6 points a game for the Warriors so far this year. He also is number 2 in three-pointers made this season, and he's shooting 47% from beyond the arc. He's number 2 in assists, as we mentioned, with 14, and he's averaging 3.8 rebounds per game. Mel, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Tuesday night, you've got Briarcliff, and then Friday and Saturday, Wayland Baptist and Hope International. What do you think about this week's games? How does the schedule look for you guys?
Big test just to see if we're ready and see if we moved on and got better each day at practice. It's just going to help us in the long run. So if we could focus out and do what we need to do, worry about ourselves, I think we'll be fine.
Your brother mentioned not a lot of home games last year, one of the first 5 at home this year. How nice is it to finally get to play at home for a few games?
It's great. It's like we got to take advantage of it too. So the main thing is just to protect home court. So.
Did you always plan on playing college basketball?
Yeah, that was the plan. Yeah.
Following the brothers' footsteps, or was it?
I guess you could say that. little bro trying to be like big bro, I guess.
Did you play other sports when you were growing up?
I played football at a really young age, but I just didn't really stick with it too long.
Were you the one that knocked the wind out of D?
If I could, I would.
What drew you to Waldorf?
Just my brother, just getting another chance to play with him. So I just took that. Can't play forever, like he said, so I just saw the opportunity and just went along with it.
You mentioned the opportunity to play with your brother. What was it like being apart, not playing with each other after you played high school? And I'm guessing that you played a lot growing up together.
It was weird. I just had a lot of growing up to do because he wasn't there. But now that he's back with me, I feel more confident than ever.
How fun is it playing with your brother?
It's a blessing, man. Not too many people could say, hey, I play high school ball and college ball with my brother. So that's something to really appreciate.
Okay, so the big question, who's better, you or D?
Since we on camera, of course, I'm going to say me.
I imagine that in certain aspects of the game, there's different things that you guys do that you would be better and he would be better.
I would say I could catching and shooting would be better. Overall, I feel like he can do everything because he's a bigger body, but I can shoot better than him.
Yeah, 47% from 3-point. That's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
So tell me, what are you studying here at school?
Sports management.
Sports management?
Yeah.
So you're going to be the boss of the exercise science coach, right?
Hopefully. That's the plan.
What are your plans when you graduate?
Just to stay close to the game, if that's considered like coaching and player development, just staying close to it.
Pro career like your brother, or?
Hey, if it happens, it happens, but you never know.
You guys will be off in Italy playing somewhere as brothers.
Playing again.
What do you think you'll remember most when you're done with your time at Waldorf?
Like just to feed off what Dee said, just building relationships and just getting another chance, I guess, and then just getting my degree. So.
What will life be like after basketball's done for you?
Weird. Weird.
It's been something you've been doing for so long. When did you guys start playing?
I would say, I don't know for sure. I know he started before me, but I want to say really young.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's been a huge part of your life, obviously.
Yeah.
So talk about this season for the team. What's going to be a successful year? What do you guys be happy with?
Winning the conference. I mean, especially after last year and just just knowing that we got a group of guys that's trying to buy in. If we could just put the pieces together, I think we can be really good.
Well, I want to thank you, and of course, we want to thank your brother as well. Fans, we want to remind you that these guys will be on the court this weekend. Come out to the games. Good luck to you guys this weekend and tomorrow night. Fans, we also want to remind you that it's a busy week here on the Waldorf campus. On tap for your Warrior teams, Tuesday night, the Martin brothers and the rest of the Warrior men's basketball team host Briarcliff. Then Friday and Saturday, Waldorf hosts Wayland Baptist and Hope International. The Warrior women also will be in action on the hardwood. Wednesday night, they host Grandview. And then the Waldorf hockey team returns home this weekend. They'll be hosting McKendree on Saturday and Sunday at the Albert Lee Ice Arena. So be sure to come out and cheer your Warriors on to victory this weekend. Also in action on the road, the Warrior men's soccer team and volleyball team open tournament play, with both taking on Bellevue. The soccer team plays Friday night in Georgia in the Association of Independent Institutions Conference semifinals, while the volleyball team plays in South Dakota in the North Star Athletic Association quarterfinals. Once again, want to say thank you to our guests tonight, Demitrius and Melvin Martin, the brothers from the Warrior men's basketball team. Also want to say a big thank you once again to the Waldorf Communication Department, the staff of Wall TV, our director on set, Caitlin Rodriguez, and producer Bella Ruiz for all their help once again. Thank you, fans. Good night, and go Warriors.